Welcome back to the Smith Leadership Consulting Group. Today we're going to get right at it. I'm asked this question on leaders in self-development. Because as a leader, you must also be able to self-develop yourself as a leader. And that question is always asked, well, how does one go about self-developing themselves? Because understand it, you have to bring something to the table as well. Now you're going to get all that professional development for those leaders that are mentoring you, coaching you, and developing you. But how does the leader, especially brand new leaders, folks that are still climbing the ladder of success, what do you do to develop yourself? Because yes, you also making sure that your weaknesses become strengths, because there are techniques and tips that you have to utilize that you can make sure that your weaknesses become strengths. And that is self-development. And that is what we're going to talk about today. Self-development. How does a leader self-develop themselves? So a few principles, traits, ideals, philosophies that I want to leave you with that you may utilize to self-develop yourself. Because as I prefaced the conversation, that these are things that you must do to self-develop yourself. When there's nobody, because you're not going to have your leadership or those who have influence over you around you all the time. And it makes sense that, there's a time where you have to self-develop yourself. So a few tips, a few things that I will offer up for your consideration in self-developing oneself. First, there's confidence. As a leader, you must first believe in yourself. You must first believe in your own abilities. And as I preface, making sure that you know your weaknesses, you're making sure that those weaknesses become strengths. So you have to develop them. So before anybody else is going to believe in you, you have to make sure that you believe in your own abilities. So confidence. And you must emulate that you have confidence. Next, there's energy. With energy, you must be everything that you ask and task of the folks that you have influence over, you must be able and willing to do yourself. So there's energy. Next, there's clarity. As a leader, you must be able to reason logically, make decisions, and then go clearly, convey your thoughts to others that you have influence over. So clarity is important. And then there's endurance. As a leader, you must be able to hang on 5 minutes longer. And then you got to go inspire that into others that you have influence over. And then there is humility. Act like you have been there before. And not take on the mindset that you have arrived. Because as a leader, folks are always watching you. Even when you think you're not being watched, folks are watching you. So you should have that aura about yourself, that you have humility, that you are humble, that you will remain humble. As a leader, you should afford the folks that you have influence over every opportunity to succeed. You must give them meritocracy. You must afford them every opportunity to succeed as a leader. Because once they know that you afford that opportunity, that you maintain the level playing field, and the playing field is level for them to compete in, so you must afford all those folks that you have influence over, you must afford them every opportunity to succeed. And as a leader, your leadership must always outweigh your circumstances. You have good days, you have bad days, but as a leader, your leadership must always outweigh your circumstances. And you can never forget that. And then as a leader, you must realize that you make the position, and the position or ability does not make you. Because sometimes when you lose sight that you make the position because you're competent, And if you lose sight of that the position has overtaken you, that could be a potential problem, which leads to ego. So you must never lose sight that you make the position, and the position does not make you. You also must, as a leader, you must understand that you can assign activity, but as a leader, you must inspect productivity. Because let's face it, at the end of the day, it's all about productivity. And so in order to set them up to where you can inspect productivity, you have to use that clarity again to make sure you're giving them good guidance, good sense of direction. So that way when you assign an activity, you can inspect productivity. And then, as a leader, you must be willing to subordinate your ego and your ambition for the benefit of those individuals that you are leading. So too many say that, but you must be willing to subordinate your ego and your ambition for those that you are leading, that you are coaching, that you are mentoring, that you are developing. Never lose sight of that. And then as a leader, never allow your loyalty for someone or something to cloud your integrity. Let me repeat that. As a leader, never allow your loyalty for someone or something to cloud your integrity, because integrity aligns straight up to character, and character is everything. So never lose sight of that, because talent is God-given, and you have to be thankful. Fame is man-given, and you must remain humble. But conceit is self-given, and you have to be careful with conceit, getting a big head. Remember, keeping that ego and ambition in check, so you have to. I'm reminded of a time when I was in an organization, and that organization's motto was, "Come follow me." Well, if leadership was to mean "come follow me," then your example as a leader, it should emulate "come follow me." So that is a good motto. Come follow me. And as a leader, you should emulate that. Come follow me. Your example, everything that you do should be come follow me. And your folks, as I told you, they are watching, they are observing you. I lived in Africa for a year. I had the opportunity when I was in the military to live in Africa for a year. And every morning in Africa, the lion woke up running. The lion ran simply to catch the gazelle in order to eat, or it would starve. But also every morning in Africa, the gazelle woke up running. The gazelle simply ran because the gazelle, in order to not be eaten by the lion, had to run. So the moral of the story here is the lion didn't have an easy day, nor the gazelle had an easy day. Well, it is like that with leadership. There's no easy tricks or gimmicks when it comes to leadership. Leadership is exhaustive. And as a leader, you must gear up for the exhaustive, be ready to gear up for the fight. Because leadership is exhaustive. And I'm here to tell you that the only time that you're going to find success before work is in the dictionary. So as a leader, gear up. Pull on the full armor and gear up. But I guarantee you, it is worth it in the end. I've watched folks spend a whole career trying to build a reputation. But I would be here to tell you, do not worry about your reputation. But I'm here to tell you, make sure that you take care of your character. Character is so important. And if you, as a leader, if you take care of your character, your reputation will take care of itself. And I want to close out and leave you all with this, because this is what I call the acme of being a leader. You know, this little self-development discussion that we're having. You know, I'm reminded of the author and producer, Alex Haley. He wrote the books Roots. In one of his memoirs, he talked about this photo that he would keep on his wall in his office. And this photo was a turtle sitting up on a telephone pole. And that photo, it kept him humble because he knew something or someone put that turtle on top of the telephone pole. It did not get there by itself. Well, that is like leadership. If you serve those folks that you have influence over, if you serve them and you make them understand that you care about them, that you lead them, that you're developing them, that you're coaching them, they will propel you to the top. And so Alex Haley, he kept that photo in his office because he spent so much time working in his office. He was always there, and that photo will always give him a recollection of what it remains to stay humble. Never forget where you've come from. And you know, as a leader, we must remain humble. And that is so important for us to remember. And so that photo, you know, humility and servant leadership. As leaders, we must never forget we are here to serve. You take care of those that you have influence over, and they will take care of you. Now, I enjoyed having this discussion with you all on self-development as a leader. You know, as I've always said, that if you want to contact me, my website, SmithLCG.com. SmithLCG.com. Just go to the website. I can be reached there. All the information on what I do is there. And you can also go to the YouTube channel. All these videos are also posted on the YouTube channel. And if you go to the YouTube channel, which you should probably see at the bottom of the screen right now, you'll see the YouTube channel. Once you hit the search bar, just type in Smith LCG, hit enter, and that'll take you straight to the channel where all the videos are there on leadership, you name it. You know, everything that I do, I put it there for your disposal. You know, anything that you see there is for you to utilize. All my material is for you to utilize. You know, as the book of Ecclesiastes tells us, there's nothing new under the sun. So don't think you were the first person to think of something. So anything I put out, I put it there for your leadership development. I enjoyed this conversation on self-development as a leader. And until we meet again, I will see you.